Yes, there is a coin out there that has done over 1,000,000%. I'm going to cover that, but first we have Willy Woo saying the USD experiment, which is how long it's been around for, has been around for 52 years and 10 months. So pretty much after the US got off the gold standard in 1971, then a brand new currency was created that didn't involve gold backing it. And the Bitcoin experiment has been around for 15 years and 5 months. So how did Bitcoin rise? Actually, did the calculations here, 7.5 million%, because Bitcoin was under a cent. If you watch Brother John F's video on YouTube, when it crashed to under a cent, yes, it really did that. It went from, I think, 35 cents down to under a cent during a crash, and a couple people were freaking out, not everybody, because very few people had even heard of Bitcoin at that time. But we reached $73,000 over 15 years later. The reason why it did that isn't because of clear regulations, isn't because of any ETFs, isn't because of any government entity or sailor or any other person, celebrity that has gotten into it. It's because of its network effect that is natural, that is grassroots. It's also because people are attracted to higher price. So as Bitcoin had risen in value, more and more people were attracted to it. And I can prove this to you because once Bitcoin reaches, goes past its all-time highs again, watch how many people start calling you, asking you, hey, how do I buy this coin or that coin? Price is the best advertisement for any coin. Just letting you know that. All right, moving on. We have Lynn Alden shares a crazy debt story here. So there's $29 trillion, and that's how much debt emerging nations are facing right now. And she goes on to say there are hardly any countries that went from developing to developed status over the past 5 decades, 50 years. The global monetary system is structured to keep countries dependent. And so this is one of the reasons why they hate Bitcoin, especially the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is a very evil organization. And they try to indebt as many countries as possible and indebt as many people as possible. So Bitcoin is essentially people's opt-out or escape hatch from these creeps. And that's really good. This is what we needed, right? So what are they going to encourage people to do? The IMF? They're going to encourage people to put your coins with Blackrock, buy the ETF. Don't do self-custody. Of course not. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so anybody remember the 2007, 2008? I'm sure you have if you are watching this channel. Okay, so check this out. This is from Unusual Whales on Twitter, and it says, zero down mortgages are making a comeback this is CNN. The United Wholesale Mortgage will allow buyers to pay 97% of the home's value with a first mortgage and then provide the remaining 3% up to $15,000 in the form of a second mortgage. So what are banks doing again? 2007, 2008, all over again. But the thing is, more people are heavier in debt, as you know. So the people that are going to be caught up in this are going to be even more vulnerable than those caught up in 2007, 2008. And you can guarantee that there's going to be massive bank bailouts again, golden parachutes, all that stuff. But you know what? This is what you get in a fiat world. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We have BlackRock is applying for its Solana ETF in July. We also have Spot Ethereum ETF projected to launch by July 2nd, according to Bloomberg. We also have T-Mobile to start mining Bitcoin, and it's already running its a Bitcoin node. And okay, so we already know these institutions are trying to get involved with Bitcoin. And so actually I have a distribution model that I'll share with you right now. So check this out. We have corporations own about 3.6% of the Bitcoin distribution of all Bitcoin out there. We also have Bitcoin ETFs at 3.9%. We have individuals at 57%. So it's still pretty, dispersed right now. The amount of Bitcoin that is spread around individuals, that's what I want to see, because those are people hopefully that have self-custody, and those are protecting themselves from whatever happens else in the world, as I've talked about in many prior videos, especially with digital currencies. So that gives me a lot of hope. Still, a lot of ETFs or these institutions are going to buy up as much Bitcoin as possible. Just expect that, and I've made that prediction where I think that BlackRock will own more Bitcoin than Satoshi holds, which is over 1 million Bitcoin. Lastly, we have, just to calm you guys down, Bitcoin is down 6% over the last week. But Bitcoin is up 166% over the last year. And if you are a CT Club member of ours, the link is down below, you will know that we were buying the dip when Bitcoin had reached $20,000 and below. And this is in a time where we had many people saying, oh no, it's gonna go down to $14,000, $13,000, $12,000, $10,000. And we're like, no, guys, this is not going to happen. Heidi and I stuck our heads out and this is not going to happen. Told our CT Club members, and we scored, essentially. So if you want to find out our thoughts, daily thoughts on the market, definitely check out learningcrypto.com. If you want to check me out on Twitter @SirCryptoTips. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.